from statues and sculptures for welcoming our global leaders. The iconic Konark wheel that was placed right behind the Prime Minister when the G20 leaders were being welcomed. Then after that, various sculptures and pictures and mosaics that have been propped up at the right location, at the right spot for the cameras to glare into them. Let me also tell you how the music has been so thoughtfully curated as well. Now at the gala dinner hosted by the President of India, the country showcased diverse musical heritage to the world. It witnessed usage of traditional music from all across the country. The key highlight was the Gandharva Atodyam, which is a unique musical medley featuring an exquisite symphony of musical instruments from across the country. Meanwhile, our colleague, my colleague and executive editor for Strategic Affairs, Aditya Rajkol, he joins us on the broadcast. Aditya, that Delhi Declaration, people just can't stop talking about it. Now people are learning about the number of paragraphs, the number of subheaders, the number of hours that went into the making of the Delhi Declaration. The 4 people who wrote it down, unke bare mein bhi bahut charcha ki ja rahi hai. What can you help the viewers with in terms of latest information? And there's this Khalistani angle with the UK Prime Minister that will also throw some light upon. But before that, the Delhi Declaration, what is being learned, what is new in the Delhi Declaration for the viewers?
Well, that's right, Kabir. We have been continuously reporting from the G20 venue very close to the Bharat Mandapam on what's been happening there. The last session has been underway. Any moment now, the closing session will be over. The handing over of the baton to Brazil will also happen. But yes, people see this as a one consensus document, but there's much more to it. A lot of marathon meetings, a lot of debates and deliberations, and a lot of credit to Indian diplomats about making this happen. This is a one consensus document, but there are 47 sub-consensus topics under it. There are 10 broad headlines, there are 37 broad sub-headlines, and there are 85 paragraphs on which 100% consensus was achieved between these G20 countries, which is a significant development. We had conversation with senior diplomats and senior government sources who told us that this is a historic moment really for New Delhi, for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, for India, but also for the global community, and India emerging as a very strong voice of the global south. They in fact termed this as a combination of Modi ki guarantee and Modi ka magic. That is what they say, because they say that there were a lot of differences with the diplomats across the countries, of course on Ukraine as well, the wording of the term on invasion of Russia inside Ukraine. But finally a consensus was achieved because it was finally Prime Minister Narendra Modi who prevailed and discussed with all the leaders that this is a document that needs to be released, and at a time when there is growing concern on several issues across the globe, a consensus looking towards the future is very much essential and important. So while we discuss about the New Delhi Declaration and the closing session of the G20, there are a lot of bilaterals and multilaterals that are happening on the sidelines as well. There is of course the connectivity multilateral that happened yesterday, which is being seen as a counter to the BRI and a setback to China as well. But today, there is a crucial bilateral, not exactly a bilateral, but a pull aside that will happen with the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Yesterday, there was a bilateral with the UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak as well.